Your dog presses their full weight into your legs while you're standing in the kitchen, and you absently reach down to study yourself. You think it's sweet, maybe a little inconvenient. But here's what you didn't realize. That lean wasn't random. Your dog just told you something, and most owners go their entire lives without understanding what it meant. One, they're not asking for attention, they're offering protection. You're standing at the counter, chopping vegetables or scrolling your phone, and your dog walks up and leans hard into the back of your legs. You assume they want something. A pet. A treat. Your attention. So you reach down for a second, give them a quick scratch, and go back to what you were doing. But that's not what just happened. Your dog wasn't asking you for anything. They were giving you something. In pack structure, the dog who positions themselves between their family and the open room isn't the one who's scared. They're the one standing guard. That lean against your legs is your dog placing themselves in a protective stance. They're not seeking comfort, they're offering it. They're saying, I've got your back. Literally. Most owners interpret the lean as neediness because it feels like dependency. But dogs don't lean on what they're afraid of. They lean on what they trust to hold steady. When your dog presses into you, they're not asking you to take care of them. They're telling you they've got you covered. And that shift in understanding, that changes everything. Two, they're regulating their nervous system through yours. The thunderstorm hits, and your dog is suddenly velcroed to your side, leaning so hard into your leg you can barely move. You think they're panicking, clingy, scared, and maybe they are. But here's what's actually happening in that moment. Your dog is using your calm to find their own. A study out of Azabu University in 2018 found that when dogs experience stress, physical contact with their owner lowers their cortisol levels faster than any other intervention. Not toys, not treats, not a quiet room. You. Your steadiness becomes their anchor. Your heartbeat becomes the rhythm they sink to. When your dog leans into you during a storm, they're not falling apart, they're actively trying to regulate. And they chose you as the tool to do it. That's not weakness. That's trust at the deepest biological level. Your dog's nervous system has decided that your presence is safer than their own instinct to run. They're not asking you to fix the storm. They're asking you to be the thing that doesn't move while everything else does. So when your dog leans into you in a moment of fear, don't pull away. Don't try to distract them or jolly them out of it. Just be still. Let them borrow your calm. Because your dog chose you as their safe place, and that choice is one of the most profound compliments you'll ever receive. 3. They're checking if you're still emotionally available. You've had a long day. You're stressed, distracted, running through your mental list of everything that went wrong and everything you still need to do. Your dog walks up and leans into your leg, and without thinking, you step away. You're busy. You're not in the mood. You've got too much on your mind. But here's what your dog just experienced. They reached for you, and you weren't there. Dogs don't have language for I'm stressed, but it's not about you. They only know whether you're reachable or not. When your dog leans into you and you brush them off, they're not learning to give you space. They're learning that sometimes you're not safe to approach, and that creates a kind of emotional distance that's hard to name but impossible to miss. The lean is a question. It's your dog asking, are you still mine? Are we still okay? Is there still room for me in whatever's happening with you right now? And when you step away, the answer they hear is no. Not right now. Maybe later. And maybe later starts to feel like maybe never. So the next time your dog leans into you on a hard day, pause. even if it's just for 10 seconds. Put your hand on their head. Let them feel you choose them back. That lean isn't interrupting your hard day, it's your dog asking if there's still room for them in it. And if you're starting to realize how many of these small moments you've been missing, hit subscribe, because there are 4 more meanings behind this lean that most people never see, and you're going to want to know all of them. 4. They're claiming you in front of other dogs or people. You're standing in the park talking to another dog owner, or a friend comes over to your house, and suddenly your dog is glued to your leg, leaning hard, not moving. You think they're being insecure, jealous, maybe a little possessive. But here's the truth. Your dog isn't leaning because they're afraid of losing you. They're leaning because they already know you're theirs. This isn't insecurity. This is confidence. Your dog is making a quiet physical statement, this person is mine. Not in a controlling way, not in a fearful way, in the same way you'd casually rest your hand on your partner's shoulder in a crowded room. It's not a demand, it's a fact. Dogs understand social claims. In a pack, proximity communicates relationship. When your dog positions themselves against you in the presence of others, they're not asking for reassurance. They're giving information. They're saying, we belong to each other, and I want that known. It's one of the most loyal gestures a dog can make, and most owners read it as a problem to be corrected. So when your dog leans into you around other people or dogs, don't see it as clinginess. See it for what it is, your dog saying, this is my person with quiet confidence. And letting them make that claim, that's how you honor the bond you've built. 5. They're offering comfort when they sense you're off. You're sad, or anxious, or angry about something that has nothing to do with your dog. You're sitting on the edge of the bed or standing in the hallway, lost in your own head. And your dog walks up and leans into you. Full body weight. Steady pressure. You think it's coincidence. Or maybe they want something. But here's what's actually happening. Your dog knows. And this is them answering. Dogs can detect changes in human emotion through scent, body language, and even the shifts in your breathing pattern. A study out of the University of London in 2016 showed that dogs can identify human emotional states with over 80% accuracy based on scent alone. Your sadness has a smell. Your stress has a rhythm. And your dog is fluent in both. When your dog leans into you during an emotional moment, they're not confused or looking for attention. They're responding to what they're reading in you. That lean is their version of I'm here. It's the closest thing they have to putting an arm around you. It's not pity. It's not concern in the way humans feel it. It's presence. Solid, grounded, unmoving presence. Your dog isn't trying to fix you. They're trying to be with you. And if you think that's the deepest version of the lean, stay with me until number 7, because there's one meaning behind this gesture that will completely change the way you see your dog's love for you. 6. They're grounding themselves before something big. You grab the leash, and your dog walks over and leans into your legs. You open the car door, and they press against you before jumping in. Guests are about to arrive, and your dog plants themselves against your side. You read it as hesitation, anxiety, maybe even fear. But here's the reframe. Your dog isn't leaning because they're unsure. They're leaning because they're preparing. Think of it like an athlete taking a breath before the starting gun, or a person squeezing someone's hand before walking into a hard conversation. The lean isn't doubt. It's grounding. Your dog is using your stability to gather their own courage. They're centering themselves in you before stepping into something that requires focus or energy. This is one of the most overlooked forms of trust. Your dog could freeze, they could resist, they could shut down. But instead, they walk toward you. They use you as the steady point. And then, once they've borrowed enough of your calm, they move forward. That's not dependence. That's partnership. So when your dog leans into you before a walk or a car ride or any transition, don't rush them through it. Give them that moment. Let them take what they need from you. Because that lean isn't doubt, it's your dog gathering courage from the one source they trust most. And letting them do that, that's you being the person they already believe you are. 7. They're saying I choose you in the simplest way they know. You're sitting on the couch. Your dog has the entire room. The whole house. They could lie anywhere. The soft dog bed in the corner, the sunny spot by the window, the cool tile in the hallway. And instead, they walk across the room and lean their full body weight against your leg. No reason, no ask, just contact. This is the purest version of the lean. There's no storm, no stranger, no transition. Just your dog and you and the choice they keep making. Because here's the thing most people miss. Every time your dog leans into you when they don't have to, they're voting. They're choosing you over comfort, over space, over independence. They're saying, I could be anywhere, but I want to be right here. Dogs don't perform affection. They don't lean to manipulate or to get something from you later. When your dog presses into your legs for no reason other than proximity, that's the most honest sentence they know how to speak. It's not need, it's not fear, it's not insecurity, it's choice. And the choice is always you. You don't have to do anything with that information. You don't have to earn it or prove you're worthy of it. Your dog already decided. The lean is just them telling you, over and over, in the only way they can. Every time your dog leans into you, they're making a choice. And that choice is always you. The lean isn't complicated. It's not a puzzle to solve or a behavior to decode. It's the most honest sentence your dog knows how to speak. And it's been saying the same thing every single time. You're my person, and I want to be close to the safest thing I know. That's it. That's the whole message. And your dog has been saying it all along.